Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Warsh. I'm known by a lot of people as Dr. Gator. It's actually from my wife's last name, Intelligator. It's not a Florida thing, nothing against Florida, but that's what a lot of people call me. I'm an integrative pediatrician. I work in Los Angeles, California, and started my practice about 10 years ago, integrative pediatrics, and I'm seeing patients there every day. And I focus on integrative medicine and pediatric health, parenting, and wellness. The number one thing that I think that parents can do to have a healthy baby is to take care of themselves. Having a healthy parent is the first step in having a healthy baby, focusing on our nutrition, our diets, our exercise, our sleep, and minimizing our stress. All of those things together help you be the best parent for your baby. A few things that moms can do to support their own health, I like to call it the foundation or seeds of health. So stress, environment and toxins, exercise, diet, and sleep, really focusing on these foundations, thinking about everything that we're eating, every toxin that goes into our body, every toxin that we're exposed to. If you can minimize those, as well as minimizing your stress and focusing on your sleep, getting outside in nature, getting some vitamin D, then that's gonna foster your own immune support and your own immune health, and that's gonna be really the best thing for your baby. There are a few things that I see parents doing wrong today, or that I really think that could be slightly improved or tweaked upon to foster better health. What we're seeing these days is a chronic disease rate that's skyrocketing. And to me, that's really because we're not getting the nutrients that we need and we're being exposed to too many toxins. So if there's one thing that I would like to recommend to parents today that could really change our health, it's to read food labels. Think about everything that you're putting into your body, all the chemicals that are in the products that you buy, and make sure that we're getting actual food with real ingredients. If you turn over the label and there are a bunch of chemical names on there that you don't even know what they are, it's probably not good for you. So think about buying things that you actually know, like honey or almonds or whatever it is that are actual words and actual food. That's what's going to lead to nutrient health and immune support. There are a lot of great natural remedies out there for babies. Some of my favorites are vitamin D, omegas or fish oils, and probiotics. There are a lot of great natural remedies for toddlers, and some of my favorites that a lot of my patients like to use are vitamin C, vitamin D, elderberry, zinc, and honey. These are all great for immune support. They have antioxidant and antimicrobial effects, and so that's why I love to recommend them to my patients. For a cold, cough, or general bronchial support, some of my favorite remedies would be propolis spray, honey, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc. These are the things that have the most research and the most evidence that they can be helpful for your immune support as well as for bronchial support. When you're buying supplements or really buying any food, it's really important to read labels and to look for ingredients that you don't want on there, like too much sugar, chemicals, toxins, preservatives. All of these things can cause inflammation in the body, and so you want to make sure to avoid these as much as possible and buy real natural supplements or food as much as you can. Over the last few years, there's been a lot more news and media about respiratory viruses, whether it's coronavirus, RSV, or the flu. I just want you to remember as a parent that these are not new. It is important to be mindful of concerning symptoms like significant trouble breathing. And if you're ever worried, you should contact your doctor and get checked. But the reality is that these have been around forever. They're not going anywhere. And most kids get these in their childhood. Most of these viruses you'll get before the age of 2. And in general, it's going to be a mild cold. You might have some fevers, might have some congestion, but we get better. We all had it. We all had the flu, RSV when we were little. These are not new again or normal. So it's just something that I don't want parents to be afraid of. I know that sometimes we can see the headlines and be afraid of what's going on, but every winter there's always an uptick in colds and coughs and runny noses, and that's normal, and we're going to continue to see that every year. So don't be afraid, just be mindful, be aware of the symptoms to watch out for, and make sure you're checking in with your doctor if you're ever worried. Some of the big misconceptions that I face as an integrative pediatrician are people assuming that integrative medicine is all woo-woo and out there, where that's not really true. For me, first of all, I did all the regular training. I trained at a great allopathic Western program, but I got a little bit frustrated with the regular system and medications for everything all of the time. And so that's what led me to start learning about natural medicine and integrative medicine. I'm not against Western medicine at all. I think that there's a time and a place, and we can save your life with an antibiotic or a medication, but most of the time, things are more mild and you don't necessarily need to jump to a medication right away. There are lots of natural remedies and immune support supplements that have been used for generations that can be very helpful. And let's not forget, medications can have side effects. And especially when it comes to a viral illness, an antibiotic isn't going to do anything. If anything, it's just going to create side effects with no benefits. And so in those kind of situations where the symptoms are more mild, then there is a lot of research to show that immune supports like vitamin C or elderberry, zinc can have great natural benefits for your body. We want to make sure that we have high levels of vitamin D in our body that helps with our immune system. So I think that the biggest misconception is that there should be sides, whether it's Western medicine or natural medicine. I think these two need to be brought together, and there's no reason that they can't work in tandem for my patients or for anybody out there. And so, yes, you want to make sure to check in with your doctor if you're worried about something, because sometimes you do need a medicine, but most of the time you don't. And we don't want to jump to medication too quickly. We want to get an immune support into you, support your immune system, and that can help keep your child healthy. One piece of advice that I love to give all new parents is to really understand that we live in the most technologically advanced, informationally available time that there is, and we're so stressed. We're more stressed than ever. Parents feel like they can't do it. They see on social media these perfectly curated feeds of what they feel like parenthood should be. And the reality is it's not that simple. What you see online is not the reality. It's not what most people are actually doing in their life. Someone will come into the office and they'll be nearly in tears, and I'll see it on their social media feed 2 hours later about their perfect day with their perfect child, and they're so happy. So it's just something that we need to remember, is that we need to find our community. We need to work together. Parenthood is a journey, and we have a lot of information and things at our fingertips. And so I know that it can be a stressful time, but we don't need to be so stressed all the time. So I think that it's really important just to remember that we do have a lot more resources than we ever had before. And I know that parents are stressed and anxious, but there are many resources out there to help you minimize that stress. If you want to learn more about me, you can find me on Instagram at Dr. Joel Gator, or you can check out my new book that is coming out in August called Parenting at Your Child's Pace, Integrative Pediatrician's Guide to the First 3 Years. You can find it anywhere where books are sold, and it is a balanced parenting book that goes through the main questions that parents have for the first 3 years, and also talks about wellness and how to foster health in your children over those first few years into their future.